Hello, everybody, and welcome back to No Honor Acquired, the Moon story. So this mission is one of those ones where you're just supposed to blow something up and run away. The basic idea is that they've captured a Jade Falcon mech, so that you can infiltrate the Jade Falcon base without getting melee shot. And so you're supposed to kill your clone when you're supposed to kill your clone when he's out on patrol, and then assume his identity. There's one problem with this. They let you choose whatever mech you want, and they don't change what mech you run into, even though it says it's an exact replica of your mech. So I'm in a Jenner.
So you're supposed to be the one driving a Geek Falcon vehicle.
Yes. And that is the suggested mech that you're supposedly an exact replica of, but I chose Jenner because it's way better for this mission, and they don't stop you from that.
I guess it's just the default thing of in the mission you can choose your mechs, in the trials not.
Yeah, but it's funny that they didn't just make a change, since they obviously could.
A trial, like use the rules of a trial.
Yes.
For this one mission.
They knew how to do it, so it's surprising that they didn't. So I legged him. I ran into him and then legged him, and then I don't know how I'm shooting through his leg there, but hitboxes are kind of weird in this game, so as you can see, I'm shooting directly through it. And also, when you turn a little bit, it moves you forward. So I'm using my jump jets a lot for maneuverability here. I also like this song too, even if it gets a little crusty sometimes because of emulation.
Yeah. Triple emulation.
More emulation, more. But yeah, Jenners are super fun. As you can see, I'm going very fast. Whee!
And they have the best walk cycle.
I like how the feet turn 2D for a second,
Mm-hmm.
And there's another base, but I'm just going to run by them so that they don't scan me. And then I follow this monorail, over to the
oh, that monorail,
terraformer.
That little line in the distance.
There's the train. Anyway,
jump over the fence.
I could, but my mech just makes the gate open.
Oh, okay.
But
so
then as soon as you get inside... Yeah, this is Mount Doom right here. It really is. But as soon as you get inside, they scan you and they find out who you are, so then you have to be a sneaky boy running away. And I'm kind of using the external camera here because I think it looked fun. This isn't what I have to blow up, this is the vents for what I have to blow up, but it says you have to find a weak point. And I think maybe you can actually go on top, but the way you're supposed to do it is around the back here. You can see it in the satellite. It's interesting what they did and did not put detail on, and also I just jump jetted over the
it's pretty big though, so
yeah.
I kind of see why they wouldn't do that. Oh, and even changes the color when you
destroy it. Yeah, and this is the core. I gotta get a little closer because it's actually so big that it's out of range.
Oh wow, it's a lot bigger than it seems.
Yeah. And here I was like, oh man, I'm having such a flawless victory of a mission. I really hope it doesn't crash on me, and it didn't. So we're all good. And I really love how you can see the little things they're shooting.
Yes.
That flame, the little things they're shooting. The satellite link is actually really neat. I'm very surprised they put as much work into that as they did.
Yeah,
it's almost an entire additional game,
Yeah, like if this was a little bit bigger. I mean, like if you could zoom in the view, this would actually be pretty functional, if not for
Yeah, it's really great. It's really great for this, which is I'm trying not to get hit by things, and I can see them coming and use my jump jets. If something's catching up to me.
Yeah, like this is actually a really great use of a radar function, because you avoid the issue of, you know, what the third-person camera does, or like the first-person camera, how it's limited.
Yeah, it's a neat feature that they put a lot more work into than I think they needed to, because the radar is much less, you know, like it's not like just the radar blown up. It's actually something, it's its own display mode.
Yeah,
and it's a seamless transition too.
And everything.
It's not like there's a loading time. So it's, I don't know, it's real cool. But yeah, I'm pretty much out of range of everyone right now. And plus, the Jenner just runs 200 kilometers per hour, so...
I mean, with those legs.
With those legs and lack of need to, you know, actually move like a physical object would.
Because
that was one of the things...
No, the Jennas are ghosts.
Oh my goodness. And there's my egg! My egg is gonna take me home to safety. And we made it! We did it! We blew up the terraformer. Because they were
this mech is so absurdly fast.
Yes. And it has jump jets, which make it like double speed if you need to.
Nav new reached. Mission successful.
So yeah. Not so bad when you're using a speedy mech.
That was a really cool mission.
Yeah. Another example of an awesome mission in the Wolf lands. But then...
But then we get to the specific point where you told me to not edit out a single death, so I didn't.
It's important. Okay. So this guy wants to go to the opera while the city is being attacked. So you are supposed to... It literally says escort. You are his escort. You have to find his hover limousine. Then you have to kill all the ambushes that pop up along the circuitous route through the city. And they let you use whatever mech you want, which is neat. And remembering when you played this from the Falcon side when you were in the city, I was like, oh yeah, I used the dire wolf, I used the auto cannons, I shredded a bunch of people really quickly, and that'd be great because if I killed them really fast, then they can't hurt my dude that I'm defending. So that was my thinking. Look at those little cars.
Local time is 19:34:01 GST.
But my max speed in this mech is 48 kilometers per hour. Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Your frantic DOS sounds for unplugging something.
Yes, exactly.
That's what it was. People, don't worry. People do not remember DOS anymore.
You're right. You're right. I'll get away with this for sure. So I'm looking
They
around.
had such clear quality with those MIDI samples made from, you know, that little speaker that every computer had on their motherboard at that point in time. The one that just went like.
Yep. But yeah, so that guy just started up. I reached the rendezvous point, and then I'm like, well, I should probably start going towards the direction we will be heading in, and kill this guy before. But here's the thing: I can't even like the time it's gonna would take me to go down this corridor and then get to him.
He
would be longer.
The building, so just meet him halfway.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Should be noted, friendly fire absolutely can happen, and not only can friendly fire happen, but if you run into it, you can blow it up. So if you step on that hover limo, yeah. Look at that smoke graphic over there. Ooh.
Okay, that
Got
was
him.
hilarious.
Yep.
It's like he accidentally, he accidentally scratched off his entire arm around the building.
I don't know if you saw what happened just there, but the collision box for the building was far larger than the building's looks. Oh yes, and here this is where they tell you that the limousine's going off the path because there are roadblocks there. So now I gotta catch up to it. And here are two mechs.
Why the fuck is he still going to the opera?
They it's like they knew this was going to be an annoying that people didn't like escort missions, so they just made it as and there's an enemy mech, just ran into him, and you have to be careful. You can't kill it while it's too close because otherwise the explosion will kill the limo.
Also,
but
one of the mechs just sort of disappeared behind a building.
One of the mechs
around the corner.
One of the mechs is completely incapable of actually getting out and attacking.
It's stuck.
I'm not even joking. That mech is always stuck there. The AI can't pathfind properly to get out of the hole that they put it in, which I don't understand how they didn't notice that themselves. You know?
Play testing, you know.
If they played it, I played this mission, I think, one more time than I showed, actually. I don't remember. Maybe I showed all the tries. I forget. But that mech never figures it out. The Nova got stuck once. Oh, also the cars can just shove you into buildings. The little cars.
What are they still doing in the city?
I think they're supposed to be like police or emergency services, but I don't know. It also doesn't really look like a city because all the things are just blocked. But yeah, autocannons are great.
Really powerful for this mission.
Yes, yes. Except the problem of I cannot catch up. So if I'm not cutting corners, I am just falling behind.
Yeah, I've noticed you are very slow.
And destroying things quick is half of the game, but the rest of it is staying close enough that other things can't destroy your guy.
By just
which, as you can see,
randomly bumping into him.
Basically. Even just watching it on satellite link, you can see how slow the legs move. Fun fact about the direwolf.
This mech looks like something that would be faster.
But it's 100 tons.
Oh no, I was looking at the left side, not the right side.
Yeah, that was the stuck guy. So you get down here, the Opera Hall's at the end of this road, and those guys spawn. And I should have not done what I did, which is shoot the one guy, because they exploding instantly kill it. So they run up in front of it, they basically run into it, and you can't shoot them because you'll kill it.
But they do damage, so they will kill it.
Yes. And I was thinking about maybe using a Warhawk because it's slightly faster. But then I remembered something. Yes. Okay, so I haven't used machine guns much, although I talked about it last episode, I think.
Ammo, all of it.
I just put give me all the machine guns, basically. So machine guns are like super short range, but very efficient weight and space. So you can put a mazillion of them in there. Also, you might notice my top speed is 64 now, and I have jump jets.
So you're like slightly faster.
Well, with the jump jets, I go up to 160 kilometers per hour. So I'm actually... So basically, this is the loadout I recommend for this mission. You can do it with other things, of course, but this way you can always just jump jet ahead and kill the people before the hover limo gets there.
You know, it kind of makes sense considering, like you said, the machine guns are super short range, but you don't even really have much of an opportunity to shoot something in the long range in this situation.
In this urban fighting scenario, this is pretty overpowered. He just went through that building. I call shenanigans. Also, I made the mistake the first time.
Do that.
I made the mistake the first time around of thinking I'd run out of ammo.
Also, something that exists in this game, I don't actually know exactly how it's implemented in MechWarrior 2, but in the BattleTech universe, originally a tabletop game, there were critical hits.
Mm-hmm.
And at least in the BattleTech game that just came out, machine guns have, like, once armor is gone, they basically have a really high critical hit chance. So, yeah, I think that's why sometimes things just explode instantly like that. I made the mistake here, though, of thinking I would run out of ammo, so I made three groups, but really 2 groups. Really, I could have put them all into one group and just killed things quicker.
All of the machine guns at once. It's like Megas XLR.
Yes, and it made me very sad. I guess spoilers. There's not another mission in the campaign that has the 100-ton weight limit. Yeah, you can see they burst their way out of the buildings, but then the one just can't make it. But yeah, there's not another mission in this campaign later on at any point from here where I can use this mech loadout, because I would absolutely have just used it and had a lot of fun. Yeah, they're both stuck. I'm like, okay, save my ammo. But then I thought about it and I was like, I guess they're really not coming. I guess they're just stuck there.
Stuck forever.
Unless he's coming out the other side, which I don't know if he can, but maybe.
Doesn't look like it.
I mean, he could, I suppose, but he just never figured it out. So I'll leave him to their devices here. AI pathfinding was not very developed at this point.
No, not really. No, especially not with the 3D space.
Yeah, yeah.
Which this game, like, it actually does make a heavy use of it.
Yeah, not necessarily in this level, but...
No, but like, I mean, in other stages. Because there are a lot of 3D games which still basically use 2D movement.
There we go.
Or like rules of 2D movement, more or less. Yeah,
I know what you mean. Whereas this one has hills and walls you can jump over and things like that. But yeah, so my entire idea here was I'll just get out in front and trigger things, which is a good idea. There is... I'm trying to remember how I failed this time, actually. I was trying not to get too far ahead because I didn't yet know if they had like some way of keeping you from doing that, you know?
Yeah, you didn't know the whole setup of this thing.
Yeah. See, I can see him. The dude, there's a tank back there. I can't actually tell where it is. Is that a tank or a car? I don't know. There's Z-layering is going crazy. And here is where I learn that, yes, I can definitely shred off the wings of that hover limo by just standing in its path. And now they power up, and I still don't know exactly where they are, but oh, they're there. And I'm a little bit more careful this time. Yep, he shredded off this other wing. See, I waited long enough. And here, the only reason that this one fails... Oh, now I remember how this one fails, actually. So I'm actually... Yeah, you can see the hover limo was actually running into that tank for a long time, but then he did go around it. But
you didn't
he didn't actually go around it. No, he didn't actually go around it. He pushed it back into the corner so that it is sitting exactly where the hover limo needs to go for the mission to end.
Whoa.
And now they're just colliding with each other and not figuring it out, and
destroyed.
And yeah, collision. It rammed himself to death against that tank. So at this point in No Honor Acquired, I decided I'm doing that again, and I am not even messing around. Oh, also, this is a thing that I forgot existed. In this one, you can't actually do it, but you can't. There's been a number of missions that I've played already where I could have added friends, but I didn't. So we'll do that in a later mission. You can have AI allies with you that you order around.
Oh.
That you customize and set up. And I'd forgotten about that mechanic entirely until this point. And I was like, oh yeah, that's how you do it. So I'll do it in a later episode. But
I mean,
All right.
all things considered.
Local time is 19:34:01 GMT.
So this time I left 7 in one group.
Group fire
Another thing is I just wish that this limousine worked like Ashley. If I could tell this limousine to go hide in a dumpster
In the trash
or
can,
to stop,
exactly.
or wait, follow me. Like just imagine. We were still a decade and a half from there, but or so, a little less
So
actually.
you,
But
you shove the limousine and tell it to go into a dumpster.
I can just hear it now. Help me, Leon!
What's the name of our hero aside from Moon Moon? Or is there no canon?
there isn't. Yeah,
power
there isn't.
detected.
Got him.
Mech destroyed.
I love this. I love this noisy texture.
What? Oh, you mean the fact that all the things change all the time?
No, I mean like the one that we had on the right there on the wall.
Yeah.
It looked particularly noisy.
Yeah. I really feel like they could have done the whole city thing a little bit better. I know they were dealing with a lack of ability to load in textures, so they couldn't have a situation where the hover limo hasn't started yet because I never triggered him. So I'm gonna do that.
Also, this is like quite a lot of polygons going on at the same time.
Yeah.
For a game of this era.
Yeah, it's I know, but
Because
I feel like they could have.
every single other stage was just like, there is a hill, and then there is another hill,
Yeah.
half a mile away, and then there is a bigger hill, and then it's not really rendered because it's too big.
Yeah. So like this object will never be entirely rendered because it's too large.
Enemy power up.
But I don't know. It feels like it. I guess maybe I'm just looking through it through the eyes of the future, but it just doesn't feel like a city at all. Like
Oh, this one.
I feel like if they just done roads, that would have fixed the whole problem. If they just put a road texture on the ground. This time he figured out his way.
Destroyed.
But this other
Mad
one
Dog.
never does.
No.
Warning. Powder limousine has deviated from
Yeah.
predefined path.
See, those are patrol cars. But yeah, so the hover limousine goes off of its path.
Power up.
And watch this. Whee! Those are some strong cars.
So those are some
But-
really strong hover cars. They're not even attached to the floor.
Yeah, but they do not stop for me. Let me tell you. But anyway, so the hover limousine's off its normal route again, and I'm just way ahead of it because I know where it's going to go. I know where the enemies are going to spawn, and I was frustrated enough by that last result to just say I'm not even going to try to do this half the way you would do it if you didn't know where to camp.
Just
Basically,
just try to spawn everything ahead of time.
The game's too unreliable for me not to exploit it.
Exactly.
If it was reliably, if it reliably acted correctly, like didn't glitch out, I wouldn't do this. But
If it functioned the intended predictable way,
Yeah.
rather than a random glitchy way at times,
Yeah.
like this.
But I do love how incredibly powerful this machine gun loadout is. And I obviously did not need to worry about running out of ammo, since I still have more than half my ammo on the ones that I'm firing. And my backup battery has all of its ammo.
If you throw a rock at us,
It's supposed to be a large metal sphere. He's using a Gauss cannon, a railgun basically.
that's
I could load those up, but basically they don't deal enough damage per their, in this one, in my opinion.
Ooh, multiple
destroy your
theaters.
theater.
I thought about it. I was gonna just sit in the road, and then I remembered that if he runs into me, he'll kill himself.
Pretty much.
So I'm just gonna go. He'll be fine.
And
There's
by the
nothing else
fire.
wrong.
Isn't there just like one more enemy?
Yeah, it's the Mad Dog that's back there. The guy who never finds his way.
Oh,
And I was gonna go around the backside, but then I looked at it and I don't think you can actually. Well, or maybe I do. I don't remember. This is what was going through my head at the time. Anyway, I was like, can I actually go through this back way, or because the satellite link...
wait until the
Satellite link established.
Nah, the limo will make it.
yeah.
He'll be fine.
I mean, like I said, you only have to wait for him to get there. There is no doubt
Right.
that he will.
All right. Well,
There's
I mean,
literally nothing else to impede him.
I'm certain he could impede himself. That opera-loving fop. But
Satellite link.
yeah, one of the things I forgot to say. Yeah, so that
Get
satellite
the
link,
flat tire on his hover car.
and I need a jacket for him.
Mm-hmm.
Need to jack off his car. His hover car needs to be raised.
Yes.
But yeah, the satellite link really is a satellite link. So if there's a area where you're, or it works well that way. Anyway, the limo made it.
Has entered Morton Operaplex. Proceed to Meg Hangar for shutdown.
But the point what I was trying to make was, if there's something over the top, but like a tunnel through it,
Yeah. You can. See
you don't see the tunnel, and you will go invisible while you're inside the tunnel, basically.
So you just
I was waiting to
really
see.
want to get rid of this guy.
I was waiting to see if he would do something, you know,
Enemy mech destroyed.
Too late.
at the last minute.
Destroy all enemy mech units. Success.
At the last minute, he figured it out. But yeah, obviously, when you are, an adult and willing to manipulate things, it's not that bad of a mission.
Mhm.
But this is one that I remember so vividly from when I was a kid, because I hated it. Hated it.
I
And
can
it was
imagine.
much more dramatic in the 3D accelerated version, if I remember correctly.
How so?
The sky was like a much more night sky look.
Oh, then that way.
Yeah. So it was like a film noir, you know.
Nav pi reached.
Anyway, this is the
Um,
hangar.
Successful.
This is the car wash.
Yes.
Working at the car wash, yeah. But I did it. I succeeded, and I killed all the mechs and the vehicles. And I made the Keshik happy, which is really my goal in life.
As
And
we
we
know.
succeeded. We never have to escort anyone ever again.